Hello, this is Tamala, your Clarity Catalyst and Empowerment Mystic, and this is our August 2018 information for Energy Center Divine Truth. So I am using the Carolyn Myss archetype cards because that's what Spirit wanted. And for Divine Truth people, it's really super important that you understand that you are called to align with the truth that is subjective to you. Truth is subjective, so everybody's truth is going to be different. So make sure that you are resonating with your truth, with what's true for you. Now, you have two cards, and we're going to talk about them individually. The first one for August 2018 is the Lover. And the light attributes for the Lover is great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. And so remember, being a lover is not just talking about sexually. It is a lover of the environment. It's a lover of your artistic or creative abilities. It is a lover of animals. It's a lover of anything that you feel passionate about. Okay, and this is very second chakra, so make sure that you are dealing with anything around sex, money, creation, manifestation, or children, because that's all impacted by this Lover. So if you are finding yourself lacking passion, what you need to do is center yourself, get quiet, get peaceful. Find your center and call in your truth. And ask yourself, what is my soul passionate about? Don't ask your head, because your head's full of it, okay? It's full of all the stuff in the world, all of people's opinions and thoughts and all of that. Don't ask your head. Ask your heart. And when you go into that quiet space, go into your heart, ask your heart, and say, I want to know what my soul is passionate about. And listen. And you will hear the information come to you however Spirit talks to you. It can be verbally, it can be with pictures, it can be with sounds, it could be with images, it could be with experiences, right? So start paying attention after you ask that. If you don't get an answer right away, start looking around in your environment for hints and expressions of that, because your heart, your soul will answer you. Now, the shadow attributes of the Lover is obsessive passion that harms others, or self-destructive devotion. And this is really big for Divine Truth people. And I'll tell you why. Because I'm also Divine Truth. And Divine Truth people have a hard time cutting people off, cutting people out of their life, because they understand that truth is subjective. And what's true for you is not true for me. And I'm okay with that, right? But we can get into the shadow side of that self-destructive devotion, which means that we're still devoted to other people who are not supportive for us, because we allow them to be who they are. But there comes a time when there needs to be a separation between allowing people to be who they are and allowing them to contribute to your experience, right? It's fine to let somebody be who they are, but it doesn't mean they have to influence your experience. They can be who they are over there, right? They can be who they are, not influencing you in what you perceive is a negative way. And so it's really super important over this month to not only pay attention to where your passions are, but pay attention to the things and the people and the experiences that are keeping you held back, that have snuffed out your passion, that have twisted or perverted your passion, maybe. that have allowed you to believe that you're satisfied when you're not. So take a big look at that in August. Now, the second card that we got is the Prince card. And this is true whether you're male or female. And the light attribute is romantic charm and potential for power. And this doesn't necessarily have to be a masculine. It could also be princess, prince, princess. So the romantic charm and potential for power. Pay attention here. As divine truth beings, we always have that potential for power, because when we are speaking, when we are writing, when we are thinking truth, that automatically brings in power, because that's where union comes in, is through truth. That's where power comes in. That's where cooperation comes in. That's where blessing comes in, is through truth. Okay? You just have to be careful not to be putting your truth on other people. Now, the romantic charm, that goes great with the lover, doesn't it? Because that's where our passion is. And so what we want to start doing, once we discover what our soul passion is, if you don't know what it is, and when you do know what it is, start romanticizing it, right? Start loving on it, start nurturing it, start falling in love with your passion, and start acting like you're in love with your passion, and start talking about your passion as if you were in love with it. That is going to fuel your ability to connect with that more. Now, the shadow attribute of the prince or princess is using power for self and aggrandizement. Sorry, I had to read that twice. So also it is using your romantic charm to manipulate and take power over people. And so, watch out for that. You can be charismatic as long as that charismatic and your power and your charisma are all about your passion. It's not about manipulating other people to get on board with your passion, right? You just share your passion, and because you're so passionate about it, people will be attracted to it. Now, when you're using your power, it is wonderful for you to get juiced by that, right? It's wonderful for you to say, this is my passion, this is what I do, and I am loving it and I'm living it, right? But when you're doing it specifically for the purpose of your ego, that is when it can be problematic. If you're sharing it because you're in love with it, if you're sharing it because you've had experiences that you want others to see, if you have clients who are having amazing results and you want to share those because you're so passionate and so just glorified and happy and thrilled that they had these experiences, that is a total different energy than sharing something because your ego says, hey, I'm awesome and y'all need to come deal with me because I'm awesome and I'm amazing, and nobody else can help you do this stuff, just me, right? You feel the difference in that energy. So make sure when you're being the prince or the princess and you're using your romantic charm and your enthusiasm, that you're using it for your passions. If there's something in your life that you are using all of that juice for that you're not passionate about, you need to stop and consider that and say, okay, how would I prefer to use this juice towards my passion?